While my experiences with the members of the American Legion and Boys State have greatly influenced my views on America, my views are also largely influenced by the experiences of my family. My mother was born in Cochabamba, Bolivia. At age 16, she moved from Mexico City to America after her father got a job as a biomedical engineer for an American company. A few years ago, she formally gained her American citizenship at a court in Cleveland, Ohio. At the citizenship ceremony, the judge invited everyone there to tell the story of why they came to America, what made them want to be a citizen, and what it meant for them to be an American. While many people told stories of economic hardship, repression, discrimination, and torture, my mother told the judge that her parents dragged her to this country kicking and screaming. She did not want to come to America because she did not want to leave the good life she had in Mexico. I was 8 years old at the time when I saw my mom talk to the judge, and I remember thinking, are they going to make mommy go back to Mexico? Despite her reluctance to come to America, my mom said there were two things that made her truly realize what this country meant to her. The first one was when she was filling out her citizenship application. One of the questions on the application was, are you willing to die to defend this country? When the question came up, she thought about our neighbors on our street in Ohio. In the house on our right, there was a Jewish dentist, his wife, and his 2 kids. The house on the left was the home of our close friend, a divorced gay attorney who had 2 sons, one of whom was an adopted Korean baby. In another house lived a retired math teacher and his wife, who were rarely seen until one day his wife saw that my mom was pregnant and gave her dozens of maternity dresses that had belonged to their daughter. Across the street lived Karen and her husband, a racially mixed couple whose children were best friends with my sister and me. Our other neighbors included a man from Uganda who was imprisoned under the Idi Amin regime, and his wife from Kenya. There was also Annie, an elderly Jewish lady who was like a mother to my mom. And there was also my mom's friend Amy, a young mother with 3 young children whom my mother comforted after her husband committed suicide. When my mom thought about whether she was willing to die to defend this country, she did not think about the flag or the Constitution. She thought about all her neighbors. You bet, she thought. She loved them all and would willingly give up her life to protect and defend them. My mother is a recent American citizen, but on my dad's side of the family, there is a long history of both citizenship and military service to this country. My several times great-grandfather was an aide to George Washington during the American Revolution. That history of service continues to this day. My grandpa was only 6 weeks into his Navy training when news of Japan's surrender reached the U.S. He did not feel that he had been cheated from, quote, seeing action, nor did he feel that it was merely luck that kept him from serving the war. He knew that the reason he did not serve was thanks to the efforts of his ordinary brothers who were faced with extraordinary challenges. To the soldiers and veterans in the audience, this is a day that we formally recognize and honor the hardships you have undergone and the sacrifices you have made for our country. It is your safeguard of this country that will allow students like me to attend college this fall. It is through your protection that immigrants like my mother can live as a citizen of this great country. It is your bravery which prevents American civilians from suffering the scars of war. This is a day that we recognize all you have done for our country, and this is the day that we remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you.
Firing party. Hit, hut. point, point. And fire. And fire. And fire. Cease fire. Order. Point.